Tarbuck, midway inside the Basingstoke half, does well to keep his foot after the Basingstoke man went sliding in. Luke Cook outside the box, lining up a shot. It's just wide of the post. The Basingstoke captain coming forward for the visitors. Upton with a long cross. It's going to be chased down by Cook. Cook on the right of 6-yard box, saved by Ryan Hall, and it's been smashed in by Silla. Silla back in the lineup and back in the goals for Basingstoke. Rafa in acres of space, going to deliver a cross. Grant slips, but it's been cleared away there by Dixon, only as far as Bradley Tarbuck on the edge of the box. Now Benny Reid, he's going to go for a shot. Benny Reid with a wonderful finish. He doesn't score often, but when he does, it's normally a wonder goal. The AI Stadium is all standing up, giving him a round of applause. That is some strike though from Benny Reid. A thunderbolt into the top corner. Simon Grant in goal had no chance of saving that, and that is some way to find your equaliser. Rafa on this near side into Tommaso. Quick flowing football here on the left hand side. Williams through ball into Ethan Taylor. Taylor pulls it back to Williams. Williams left of the 6-yard box, goes for a low driven cross. Easy for Grant to gather. Well, can Basingstoke find a second just before the break? A cross just outside the 18-yard box being flicked in there by Armsworth. It falls to the number 5, beautiful. Who dinks in a ball. It finds Billy Upton, and Upton dinks it over Ryan Hall. It's in the back of the net, and Basingstoke do find their second just before the break.
44th minute.
Leading by example, it's Billy Upton who finds Basingstoke's second. And now Tarbuck coming forward. He was brought down, but Michael Fernandez hits it over the Basingstoke back line. Falls to Rafa Ramos. Taylor finishes off the opportunity. Gosport back onto level terms. That is great play by Rafa Ramos to feed it through into Ethan Taylor. Taylor, cool as he like, taps it home for Gosport. It's 2-2. What a game we have on our hands now.
Ryan Hall is only going to get a quick glimpse of this. And it's James Clark over it as well. DeAndre Brown, right-footed. Just round the post and wide there, James. But
it wasn't far though, was it?
Not far wide at all. So that was a bit of a wake-up call for Gosport, having just equalised, to do that.
Tommaso on the ball, passing it into Rafa Ramos. Ramos on this left-hand side for Gosport. Got one assist. Can he find another? On the outside of the boot, passes it into Ethan Taylor. And Ethan Taylor actually did well to connect with the ball. Dan William was brought down, 25 yards out. Ethan Taylor rolls the ball into Rafa Ramos. Ramos through and goal. Rafa Ramos gives Gosport the lead for the first time in the game. Takes his shirt off in an emphatic finish. A great celebration as well from the striker. 76. But that is a masterclass in how you finish. We saw a great goal for the first goal. That's another great goal. A low, hard finish into the far corner. Rafa gives us a lead. Well, it's going to be Dixon taking this set piece on this left of centre side. Hasn't really done too much from set pieces. Neither has the whole Basingstoke side though, to be fair. But can they capitalise from this one? Dixon. It's an in swing, it's a dangerous one.
It's gone all the way in.
In the back of the net.
It's gone all the way in.
It's directly scored from Dixon. It flies through the crowd of Gosport players into the back of the net. I don't think Ryan Hall properly got a proper look at that.
I think Dixon's getting that, and that is with 7 minutes to go.
Well,
so
it just dropped into the bottom right corner.
Very, very frantic stuff. The ball played through to Caborn. Will he keep it in play? Yes, he will. Caborn now down the right-hand side for Gosport Borough, driving into the area. Gets the ball across, and the keeper at his near post makes a very smart save here. So yeah, that's the Gosport bench emptied now. All 5 substitutes on. Now Ethan Jones has the chance to be a hero, does he not? But it's calamity for Gosport! Oh no! How on earth did that happen? And Silla has scored for Basingstoke. And it's absolute calamity.
Reid coming down this left-hand side up against Harvey Solly. Looks like he's going to take it towards the left corner flag, in which he does, although he does attempt to cross it in. Goes out of play, and there is a full-time whistle. So it finishes here at the AEI Stadium.
Thank you very much for your support this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Basingstoke 4, Gosport 3. Hi guys, I'm James McIntosh, and today I'm joined with the newly manager, Glenn House, following a 4-3 defeat. Glenn, it just felt really unfortunate today.
Yeah, it's not how you want your tenure to start, is it? With a defeat like that. I felt we were very good for large parts of the game, particularly in possession, and created some significant chances, scored some goals. But when you concede 4 goals in the manner we did at home, it's not great. We understand that.
Well, it felt like at parts today it was going to be a sort of similar scoreline to last week, in which we did come from behind to, in the end, get a good result. But unfortunately, couldn't hold on to that result. Picking out the good parts of today, I thought we did show great tenacity at times and good resilience to come back at times.
Yeah, even when the game was 4-3, you see them lads, they don't know when they're beaten. And I thought, to a certain degree, it was unusual. Once we went 3-2, you could see we almost expected to go and win the game. And you just can't do that at any level of football. We felt we took our foot off the gas a little bit. If we carried on pushing and pushing, which is us, and play on the front foot, I think we would have gone on and scored a couple of others. But unfortunately, when we went 3-2, we almost sensed that the job was done, and that's never the case in this league.
Do you think then, in that sense, the third goal for Basingstoke, it sort of stunned Gosport in some ways? It like they didn't really bounce back after that. It just felt like they were completely stunned.
Yeah, well, you look at the third one and the second one that we given 2 silly fouls away. That's where the source has come from. And then Hawley's got caught under the ball, and you could argue it was a good delivery, but I expect us as a team to be able to defend balls like that. The lad clearly hasn't meant it. But again, you know, the way we defend our box is why we've lost that game today. It's not at the usual standard we expect and set.
So why do you think we did just switch off in that last 20-minute patch then?
It's hard to explain, isn't it? It really is. You know, concentration is everything in football. And let's say all levels players switch off, or you're not as aggressive as you need to be. And you know, I say there wasn't elements of fortune of their goals, because they've asked us questions, significant questions throughout the game. But I just feel we've got to be able to deal with them balls better.
I don't want to focus too much on the negatives today. I want to also pick out some positives of the game today, because there were certainly some great signs. Something I do want to speak about and brush upon is the link-up play today between Rafa Ramos and Ethan Taylor. I thought those two formed a great partnership today.
Yeah, we discussed how we set up and what we went through Thursday night. There's a plethora of offensive-minded players in this team. You know, not just Rafa and Ethan, but you look at Cookie, you look at Mike, and then you got Woody, and then you got Trev. So we have to find a way of linking them players in. That's how we want to play in the final third. We want to have some combinations, and we want to break teams down through good football, offensive-minded, and play on the front foot. And I think you saw definitely signs and signals of it, and we had to work really, really hard for our goals. And I'm not sure Basingstoke had to work that hard for theirs. Yes.
Well, it's interesting you actually mentioned about how we were a lot attacking more, I would say, compared to previous games this season. I noticed particularly in the first half we were going for shots. Do you want your side to be like that, more on the front foot going forward?
Yeah, as I said, I've mentioned them players around in the squad. There's no point having them players at the squad if we can't let them do what they want to do. But the trick and the balance is getting it right at both ends. So we can't be too expansive at times. We need to shore ourselves up like we've done in moments this season. So that's going to be the challenge for us between now and Wednesday.
It would be rude of me not to mention Benny Reid today. I thought he was fantastic before he came off. And that goal, it was a rocket, wasn't it?
Yeah, and we want that, like you said. I mentioned the offensive-minded players there, but equally, when our fullbacks are going forward, they're creating and involved in the attacks, and he's done that previously for us earlier in the season. I think it was against Farnham, so it's a very similar move, similar And he's such a very good technical player, and he has the ability to do that.
And then you've already mentioned it. We've got a game this Wednesday at home to Bracknell, and then I think we're away Saturday to Sholing. So 2 big tests for you guys coming up.
Yeah, there's no easy tests, is there, in this league? Might sound a bit cliche, and all the managers are saying it, but when we've sensed, or when we've had defeat like we have, and we've tasted it, I just think you're always better off having a game midweek and being under the lights in front of our supporters, which was 1,000+ again today. The atmosphere was immense, and we give them moments to shout about throughout the game, and the brand and the way we played. I'd like to see more of that, and as I said, if we can tighten up a little bit, then the boys will bounce back, I'm pretty sure, on Wednesday night.